Good morning, everyone. I'm Dewey, and my Tech Talk topic for today is a tech news update for 9/27/21. Roku is replacing their popular Streaming Stick Plus with a new product, the Streaming Stick 4K, according to Andrew Heinzman at ReviewGeek.com. Like the long-in-tooth Streaming Stick Plus, the Streaming Stick 4K supports 4K HDR video and comes with a voice remote. Thanks to a new processor, the Streaming Stick 4K also offers Dolby Vision HDR support, faster load times, a 30% faster boot up time, and an upgraded Wi-Fi receiver that doubles streaming performance. It's priced at $45. The new Streaming Stick 4K Plus at $69 is identical to the Streaming Stick 4K, except for having Roku's new premium Voice Pro Remote Pro. This new remote features TV controls, of course, a rechargeable battery, hands-free and push-to-talk voice controls, personal shortcut buttons, a lost remote finder, and a private listening headphone or earphone jack. The 9-inch long Voice Remote Pro also works with Roku TVs and most recent Roku devices. It can be purchased separately for $29.99. A USB charging cable is included, and it'll begin shipping this coming October 14th. Roku also announced a new wireless soundbar for TCL Roku TVs and other smart TVs running Roku software. It should automatically pair with Roku TVs and seamlessly integrate with their volume controls. Along with its new hardware, Roku announced that it's now rolling out its version 10.5 operating system firmware update. This update is very audio focused, adding support for 3.1 or 5.1 speaker configurations. Jared Newman at CordCuttersWeekly.com reports that you'll now be able to launch content from Netflix and Spotify with voice commands and jump straight to the Roku channel's live TV channel guide with an installable home screen tile. See it at the lower right. Not to be outdone, Amazon is introducing its new Fire TV Stick 4K Max streaming device that has Wi-Fi 6 and an Alexa remote that includes TV controls. The cost is $54.99 at Amazon Prime and will be available starting October 7th, 2021. ReviewGeek.com published a story on September 23rd by Andrew Heinzman detailing Google's announcement of a new hands-free and speech-free accessibility features for Android. Now notice that, hands-free and speech-free accessibility features. And this next paragraph is kind of complicated, so listen carefully. These two features would make Android devices more accessible for those with mobility or speech difficulties. Both features use the phone's front camera to track facial expression and eye gestures. This allows the user to navigate the Android interface, chat with others, or write text-to-speech without using touch controls, touching the display, or the Google Assistant voice commands. The first feature is called Camera Switches. It was first spotted in the August Android operating system 12 beta version. Camera Switches replaces physical buttons with face and eye gestures like moving your eyes right and left or raising your eyebrows to pause and play music. This feature is also customizable. The second new Android feature is called Project Activate and makes eyes and facial gestures even more useful. It allows the user to pair facial gestures with programmable actions. Sounds rather complicated. I've just skimmed the basics, but if you'd like to learn more, I'd suggest going directly to ReviewGeek.com to read Andrew Heinzman's article. This is the title, Google announces new hands-free and speech-free accessibility features for Android. His article also includes links to 2 new short YouTube.com videos introducing and explaining these 2 new Android features that are designed for people with mobility or speech handicaps. Switching gears, I'd like to share with you a recent experience I had with my nearly 4-year-old Galaxy S8 smartphone. Chances are that 25 to 35% of our TFSers own a Samsung phone, and some of you may have been similarly affected. A recent Samsung update, like a couple of weeks ago, changed the camera on my Galaxy S8 to now be a part of Bixby Vision. For those of you that don't know, Bixby is Samsung's intelligent assistant, a kind of Hey Google or Siri-like helper that was first introduced in the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus models 4 years ago. Some users embrace it, and others, like me, simply find no need for it. That's the way it goes. Unfortunately, Bixby Vision messed me up by disabling at least one function I totally relied on because of my missing right thumb. Had an accident years ago. That is to use my voice to control the camera's shutter. I could just say smile to snap a photo. I tried but failed to get the voice control function back and decided to call Samsung at their well-known US customer service number. You can read it there, 1-855-726-8721. I described the problem to a Samsung tech who told me that instead I needed to call Samsung Media Solutions at 1-855-795-0509. Now I'm going to post these numbers in our chat box today, so you can catch them there. I was fortunate to connect with an extraordinarily pleasant and knowledgeable stateside techie who told me that though, in other words, he was speaking to me from the US, that told me that though Bixby Vision could not be removed from my S8, he thought he could find a workaround, which he eventually did. At my request, he also removed or disabled other Bixby apps on my S8. However, the next day, several reappeared, which I neutered as best I could. Happily, I can once again snap a photo by simply saying my chosen word, smile. You should see people look when I'm photographing an inanimate object, like a rock or a flower or something, and I say, smile. They wonder. Okay. Your Microsoft account no longer needs a password, according to Dave LeClaire at howtogeek.com. Passwords are rapidly becoming a yesterday method for logging into accounts. And with this in mind, Microsoft has added the option for users to no longer have to use a password to access their Microsoft account. Microsoft is embracing this by letting you make this change through the Microsoft Authentication app, Windows Hello, a security key, SMS verification, or an email verification code. Now, earlier, we're switching gears to automobiles. Earlier this year, GM recalled every Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicle model released since 2017 due to at least a dozen fires caused by its lithium-ion batteries. In fact, they told people to park them 50 feet from their house. The Bolt electric vehicle has 96 nickel-rich lithium-ion 3.75 volt cells that produce a battery voltage of 350.4 volts. I did the math, it doesn't work out, but that's what these specs say. Here are more specs for those born with the car truck gene, which includes me. The current Chevy Bolt has a 259-mile range and gets 119 miles per gallon. Its batteries are made by LG Chem and weigh 960 pounds. They produce a 57.4 kilowatt hours of energy, equivalent to 78 horsepower, and have a peak power of 160 kilowatts, 215 horsepower. The curb weight of the Bolt is nearly 3,600 pounds. For several months, General Motors had said that replacing battery pack would begin in November and run through early 2022. However, according to Reuters, GM and LG Chem fixed the problem more quickly and resumed battery production on September 20th, just a week ago today. The new defect-free batteries will arrive in October. The Reuters report also announced that new diagnostic software would arrive in late December, which will continuously scan battery packs for signs of wear defects. GM advises users to continue to follow its safety guidelines regarding charging batteries to 90% and parking at least 50 feet from other vehicles if it detects a defect. I think that means other houses too. If the software doesn't see any issues, it will eventually allow owners to returning to doing a full 100% charge. Sources for this story on the Chevrolet Bolt include General Motors, LG Chem, Google, and Corey Gunther at reviewgeek.com. Well, that's my Tech Talk story for today, and I'm sure going to stick with this one. Well, you folks now, thanks for watching. You have a great day, and the good Lord willing, we'll be back next week.